Hello, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 5 of Dragon Quest VIII Blind. Last time, we started exploring the waterfall and beat up a guy who was just willing to let us pass by because apparently I've got the bloodlust. So anyways, let's get going. Yeah, we'll continue our exploration through the waterfall. Okay, we'll head down this path that's supposedly a dead end. Oh, like I'm gonna trust a slime? I've seen how slimes operate in the world of business. You think I'm gonna trust that? A fire spirit. Okay, nice. Yeah, just Yangus. Just beating the fire to submission with a wooden club. Yangus's thirst for blood defies all logic. Yangus is becoming a literal firefighter. Yangus punching the fire with his bare fists. I knew it! Yeah. Yeah, thought you could fool me, slime? Thought you could fool me? Yeah, we could have missed out on a good item. We could have missed out on something good. 21 attack power. $13 attack power. Yes, that's technically less than what we have. So yeah, that really wouldn't work out well. But at least we could sell it, so, I mean, that's not a complete waste. Okay, let's flee. You know how the music just cuts out? It's like, nope, not dealing with that. In Okage, the music continues to play as your party runs away. Meanwhile, in this game, it's like, nah, screw this, we're out. And gotta love how Yangus is the first one. Wow, you got the treasure! Was it any good? I've been wondering what was inside that chest for ages. So the slime knew! The slime was lying to us! This world is full of lies! The king that's like, I'll be behind you the entire way! And now that slime? And if you notice, Yangus is the first one to flee! Okay, yeah, there's nothing over there. So what's this sign say? Waterfall head, no littering. Yeah, and then watching you litter, you gotta have to fight a super boss. We warned you not to litter! So now you're gonna die. Okay. Should just be a simple run over to the waterfall. Watch how we get attacked by 5 enemies on the way there. Yeah, push comes to shove, we'll always use that Chimera wing to get out of here. But hey, we could always use this as a way to get experience and then just bolt out once things start to get hairy. Hey, I'll take it. How much gold do we have at curiosity? Okay, 245. Yeah, we'll get some. Yeah, we'll try to get some nice items. Maybe get a good hammer for Yangus. A crystal ball is suspended in the air. Reach and take it? Yes. Watch how this triggers a boss.
Surprise! Surprise! Meet Geyzer. I am the master of this waterfall. Oh, how long has she been? How many people have gone and come? 10 long years and more. I've waited 10 years, I tell hoping for the left one. I mean, the right one to come. But enough with the introductions. Now, for the truement of moose. Does this Bristol call crystal ball belong to you?
I don't want to challenge you to a fight, so yes, I'm going to say yes.
At last we fit mace to mace. You half-wit human. Now I'll teach you a moron.
Oh no, we had to fight you.
Lesson you won't forget.
This sounds like a theme of regret your life decisions. Can we flee? No! I got bankrupted. When far from civilization, if all your party members fall out, your goal will be halved. Avoid being wiped out by using medicinal herbs. Well, frankly, I got my ass handed me by that thing! Good goddess, may you watch over and protect this poor child! Okay, at least we didn't lose our items. Granted, we did lose our money. Our glorious money. You know, a man died in your fire just recently. I thought I'd say a prayer for the poor fellow. He was quite a looker, you know, and he was... Okay, I'm very sorry. And for heir to a great sage, apparently. Ugh. But what the heck was that? Got my ass handed to me! Were we not leveled up enough? Did we lose our experience, though? What magic does Yangus have, actually? Yangus has nothing. He's got 3 MP for some reason. Oh, but just... $19. Okay, and bandana. Ugh, but what was that? Okay. You know what? We're gonna go back out there. We're gonna go back to the waterfall, and we're gonna see just... Maybe you have to say no. Maybe you have to say no to basically that the crystal ball doesn't belong to you. Maybe the game is punishing you for being a filthy, dirty liar. Okay, can we intimidate? Okay, we can intimidate slimes at the very least. Though we could also get some experience out of them. Oh, but still, that was just... I can't get over just how devastating that was. I mean, are we supposed to be able to fight an enemy like that? I mean, really? That thing kicked our asses. Yeah, but I'm definitely getting some Okage flashbacks with just how little money we're getting. Yeah, basically, take a shot every time I compare this game to Okage. Really, I'm sorry I keep comparing it to Okage. It's just that, like I said, Okage and Earthbound, as far as the channel's history are concerned, are two of the main RPGs that we've gone through, as well as just Mario and Luigi. But the Mario and Luigi series are very different from your standard Square RPGs. Even if you compare, say, Mario RPG just has its own element about it. Oh, nice! Oh, Yangus! Yeah, but really, I'm getting my ass handed to me by some weird, lispy dragon lizard thing. Really, that thing just came out of nowhere. Watch how it was basically like you say yes, and that thing kicks your ass. Okay, I guess the mole's gonna be the real powerful one. Okay. Okay, and... there. You gotta love how we get a game over within the first dungeon. I'm scared of what this playthrough's gonna be. Heck, you know, Kage and Earthbound, we weren't getting game overs like that. But then again, with Earthbound, just I had save points scumming. So basically, we didn't really have to worry about game overs there. But even then, Okage, though, but then again, Okage was a lot worse in that regard. Because basically, in this game, it's like, okay, worst thing, you basically get sent back to an end and you lose half your money. This game, basically, yeah, with this game, like I said, with this game, you get game over, you lose half your money. Not too bad, you can regain money, basically. But with Okage, it costs you something worse. It costs you time. And arguably, that's even worse, basically. Just, you're going through a dungeon, you're exploring it, and then, bang, game over. Okay, but let's see if we can bypass that fight by just simply saying, hey, that crystal ball doesn't belong to us. Watch out, basically, whoever owns that crystal ball owes Geyzer money. That's how you do it. Okay, I think I may be starting to get the hang of things a little. But then again, considering that we got our asses handed to us by Geyzer, though, then again, considering basically how the game was with that hammer guy, maybe there are ways to avoid combat like that, you know? The Biospheres just hate Yangus for some reason. What is Yangus engaged in pyro and arson? Okay, never mind. Okay, there. Okay. Your MP may not be efficient, but darn it, Yangus's hammer arm is. Okay. Yeah, well, I need a map going down a straight path. That's just how bad my sense of direction is. But still, from the look of it, the map is a ton better than Okage's was. Yeah, but I really like the look of these enemies. Ah. Yeah. Okay, one more hit and we will have this. Okay, we're at 128 again. So is he still gonna be down? Did he hear word that we got our asses handed by Geyzer? Okay, yep, he's still down. Okay. Well, let's get going. But really, imagine this. You basically can avoid a boss fight by just simply saying, oh no, it doesn't belong to us. Just being honest. Yeah, basically, meanwhile, I'm like, oh, hey, maybe I could get out by just saying, oh, it's our crystal ball. As if the developers knew that would happen. The developers knew that players would try to shortchange the fight by basically saying yes. So basically just have it where it's set to yes and no. I could easily imagine that sort of thing being a sort of troll for this sort of game. I mean, seeing how basically we have devils in track and sweatpants. Oh no, he's doing the sexy dance! Oh, nice! Oh, maybe that crystal ball was litter. That's why they say no littering there. Because maybe basically someone just left that crystal ball there and guys was like, oh, you're a litter bug. Let me show you what we do to litter bugs in this town. Okay. I think we should be good. Yeah, I just want to be on the safe side. Because that is not... Because that fight, that kind of power is just... That can't be beaten! You gotta know when to hold them, gotta know when to fold them, as the old saying goes. Hey, Geyzer. Oh god, we gotta fight this guy again. Okay, nice. Okay, though it's kind of odd how we're the only one not being cursed. Okay, Yangus. Let's use a medicinal herb on yourself. Okay. Let's use a medicinal herb on ourselves. Yangus, attack. Yeah! Okay. Yangus, medicinal herb on yourself. Okay. Medicinal herb on us. Yangus, attack. Okay. How much health do you have? Oh, thank you! Yeah, we better get level off of that. Okay. Okay.
Oh, the pain. Oh, my old wound. Ever since I got this, I've not been right quite. And it's all because of you. What? You don't know what I'm talking about? Then you're not the true owner of this crystal ball.
Wait.
No, the shame.
So I should have just said no. I got my ass handed to me because I couldn't lie.
So strong. Strong enough to withstand my fearsome might. You are no tortune fella. Wait, could you be the Waterfall rears many humors, you know? I hear that a castle called Trodain has been cursed. That it was overrun by thorns. And that only one person inside survived. He set off on a journey, leading a horse and cart with a lone driver.
Okay, so that's why we weren't getting cursed during the fight.
That was you!
So that's why we weren't getting cursed during the fight, and basically why just our guy managed to get out of the castle alive.
I don't know what you want with this crystal ball, but it's yours now. I accept the hands. Or is it defeat?
Should just said no. Should just said no at the crystal ball. Say no!
One last thing. Should you meet the true owner of this crystal ball, tell him this from
Don't
me.
litter.
Don't throw things in the forewater.
Yes, otherwise you'll give Geyzer brain damage.
So, where thee fell. Oh, the pain, the pain of my own.
Did we get healed at the very least? Okay, no we did not. Oh, but good thing we packed up on all those items. Say no to the freaking... Say no to littering. Say no to littering. But hey, at least we have a Pegasus wing so we can get out of here if we so need to. But hey, at least we're going to do a little more damage with sword attacks and club attacks. Yeah, we may want to basically make Yangus a hammer guy. I want to kind of invest in boomerangs just because, basically, because if we can hit multiple enemies, that would be very nice. Because in a game like this, hitting multiple enemies is king. Okay, boom. Okay, how much gold do we have now? Okay, 301. That is very good. We'll beam back. Yangus is in no condition to fight. Okay, sorry about that. Increase the strength of an ally. Yangus is more of the attacker, but then again, we are faster. Yeah, we'll give it to us. We're not going... I don't think this is the kind of game where you're going to need min-maxing. At least I hope it's not. But then again, is it a multi? Okay, yeah, it's just one. So yeah, that little bit could really help us out. Whereas for Yangus, it could be just... It could just be a it could just be just... It could be... It wouldn't really be... It would be like a drop in the bucket for him. Sorry if I seem a little out of it. It's just that fight was really overwhelming. Oh, okay. Apparently you can't just beam out. And thankfully they aren't mean enough to waste your item, but still. Yeah, we may just want to fully... Let's just get out of here. Let's get back to Farberry, make sure we're in good condition. So it would be nice to have an item to escape the dungeon with. Some holy waters would also be pretty nice. Though it also seems like fleeing is a pretty low-risk sort of thing. Yeah, where if you're sufficiently leveled, then you should be able to get through. But I still can't get over how the game... I don't know if you have to actually fight. You have to fight Geyzer. Because just... From the look, because basically, just going off of just standard RPG logic, they wouldn't just let you outright skip a boss with just a simple yes or no question, you know? But then again, I don't know the Dragon Quest series. I am not all that familiar with the Dragon Quest series. Like I said, all I know about the Dragon Quest series is what I've seen in Fortune Street. So, basically, just for all I know, this could be a normal thing. Heck, chances are you could defeat the final boss if you just say, hey, stop it. And it's like, okay. Yeah, watch how you could actually do that. Just say, hey, you mind if you don't attack the world, Mr. Final Boss? Okay. Okay, we'll take the gold. We'll take the gold. Hey, a seamless battle? I'll take it. I'll take it any day of the week. Okay. We're almost back to the stairs. Yeah, but even though the enemies are randomized, it feels a lot more merciful than Okage. Where basically fleeing from battle is a pretty... Where entering and fleeing from battle is a pretty just... It's a pretty streamlined experience. It's not like Okami where you have to wait through the... For the battle loading, and then you gotta wait for the enemies to present themselves. And then when you basically flee, you have to spend 5 LP unless you are fleeing using Big Bull's Wild War. But then you gotta wait for Big Bull. Look, I am not risking it. I am not risking getting attacked, especially right now. If we had more items, then yeah, I'd be more than happy to take that risk. But given everything that we had to do to get to that fight with Geyzer, but hey, I'm just glad we were able to beat it on the second try. Yeah, just once you realize that, hey, Geyzer can't really do much more than 20 damage, you can at least basically do a tag in, tag out sort of thing with Yangus and your main guy. Okay, we'll defeat the bubble slime. Hey, we may not get much money out of this, but darn it, at least we'll be able to win the fight. Okay, nice. Yeah, but based on what I saw with that curse condition, as well as that sleep condition that in that one fight we experienced earlier, just status conditions are going to be a bigger thing in this game than they were in Okage, much like how they were in Earthbound. Yeah, in Okage, basically, you didn't even have to worry about status conditions. It's like, oh no, you got the tax curse. You're gonna make a little less money from fights. You don't possess a world map. You know what? We'll walk back home. We'll walk back. Yeah! The waterfall has made us hardened! Okay, what does a moonwarp bulb do? Cures the entire party of the effects of paralysis. No! Let's see what Yangus has to say. Goodness! All that happened inside a cave? It's extraordinary that this Geyser monster knew all about us. But how preposterous to say that you rescued me from the castle. It was I who rescued you! By doing nothing! These monsters never get their facts straight. Preposterous, I tell you! I can't tell that crystal ball's a real one. Glow's better luck. Bet we'll get a good fortune out of this one. I can always spot that when a thing's worth something. I was famous for back in my younger days. I so always knew all the mountain nothing, and damn it I have. Right, time to return to the Fairberry and have Kardasha tell us where to find Dulmugas. I cannot pronounce names. That's why we went on the trouble to get this crystal after all. Oi, what trouble did you go to, Granddad? It was that government maid that did all the hard work. You ignorant imbecile! Don't you realize that when my subjects suffer, I suffer? Oh yes, you suffer the emotional damage when you had to drag our corpses out of the cave. Subjects? Since when have I been your subject? Okay, I guess I should just do these Stark talks more. Yeah, just like I was delinquent back in Okage when basically I wouldn't listen to Sans tips. I wouldn't tip him every second. Hey, I'll take it. At this point, slimes are not going to really give us much. So we might as well just intimidate them. Oh, let's just get back to town. And spend our hard-earned money on items. We'll sell Yangus' pot shield. So that way he can get something. Might as well. Okay, let's get back in. Actually, you know what? I'll buy any items off screen. That way when I'm doing my decisions, basically it's not just me. Spent 10 minutes deciding on should I buy a helmet or a shield. Anyways, on that note, I think that now would be a good time to end things off. I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. Like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever that you want. And with that, I'll see you next time. Bye.